Next up is ANITA BLOM from Sweden.
Thank you, Tom. A few weeks ago, I was asked to make a short video on bullying, and I asked how much time do I have, and she said 30 seconds, and I was like, wait, 30 seconds? How can I talk about bullying for 30 seconds? So I made it 1.5 minutes, and this time I was asked to speak about bullying again. So I asked, how much time do I have? And they said 20 minutes. And I thought, how can I talk about bullying for 20 minutes when it has taken me so many years to get over the bullying that I have experienced. So I will try to make it short and brief and mix a bit of facts, personal story, and what we can do about bullying. Once upon a time, there was a little girl. She was happy, social. She was never shy. Here she is even speaking in the microphone for Saint Nicholas. She was always happy, and she was very extrovert. Her parents used a harness when she and her 6 siblings were out for a walk. She was always walking away to talk to people. And then at the age of 9, she started to stutter, and then the bullying started. So what is bullying? According to Wikipedia, it's the use of force, coercion, hurtful teasing, or threats. So these are all physical things explained. And if you go to the site stopbullying.gov, it's also talks about aggressive behavior. And I think this is what we all know about bullying: pointing fingers, emptying bags, pushing, pulling, laughing. But there is so much more. This little girl was called Fish, as her mouth would open, but not a sound came out. They pushed and pulled her, emptied her school bag all over the floor, and together with a group, they even molested her. But she wasn't afraid. She was the youngest out of 7. So her brothers taught her to deal with physical bullying. And she even put one guy in a waste bin when she had enough. So many people think, and especially teachers, they confuse teasing with bullying. Now, teasing, that's the harmless part. It's like having fun and joking around, and it's not hurtful. So the difference between teasing and bullying is that it is hurtful. It's an attempt to control someone. It's about power, and that's the thing that should never be acceptable. And so many people still think that if you apologize, if you shake hands, then it's over, it's done with. Well, it is not. It's leaving scars. So again, this little girl was told by her teachers she would never get a good job, so there was no use for her to aim for higher studies. So she stopped. She was told by her parents to not speak up at family gatherings, so she stopped. She loved being on stage, but because of her stutter, the only position she got was in the choir, backstage. So she stopped. And to repeatedly hear you're not good enough as long as you don't fit the norm made her start believing they were right. So bullying can be so much more. It can also to be made different or to not be allowed to be your true self. So again, this this is what most people think about when you talk about bullying. It's the teasing, it's the laughing, it's the name calling, it's the pointing, and of course you have the physical thing like hitting, kicking, pitching, spitting, emptying bags, and of course also the laughing. But there is another part of bullying that most people do not see, but it's there. But because it's invisible, you cannot do anything about it. You cannot do anything against it. You cannot tell your teachers because they don't see it. You cannot tell your parents because they don't see it. It's the most hurtful type of bullying. When I showed that I was a strong girl and the physical bullying didn't do me anything, they changed and suddenly I became invisible. And that bullying is what is happening a lot more now. And you cannot do anything about it. So we need somehow to get this out of the iceberg. We need to get this what's below the iceberg up to the surface so that people see this is going on. One little girl walked towards her classmates. They turned away, or they kept talking as if she wasn't there. She started to smoke, as that gave her a chance to ask for or offer a cigarette. She started to be a tough one, drinking, being a loudmouth, as she was hoping that could give her respect. She got very ill for some months, but no one came to visit. She graduated, but no one came to her party. So bullying often has to do with lack of knowledge and insecurity. And sometimes we don't even realize that what we are doing is bullying because it is not our intent. So we have to make sure bullying is recognized and acknowledged and dealt with. And as you can see here some facts that there are more children, adolescents, and adults who are being bullied because of their speech. And it's the highest amount of bullying, and this should really stop. So we have the facts here, so we need to use it, especially in the schools. And here you have facts about adolescents who stutter, who are getting bullied a lot more than kids who don't stutter. And there's of course there was also bullying in the workplace. So years later, she was invited to a school reunion. By that time, she had found others who stutter, and she found herself. She found a husband, a job, and new friends. So she decided to go and face her demons from the past. At the reunion, she mingled, and when she told them she moved abroad and all the things she was doing, she was suddenly surrounded by classmates who now were really interested and impressed. And she even faced her teachers who bullied her. But surprisingly, no one remembered any bullying. Well, apart from one teacher who openly admitted that she didn't like the girl's father. But the others, they just remembered that they were teasing, but they now realized that what they were doing was bullying. So we have to we have to change things from thinking you are not good enough and hearing you are not good enough, and to change the mindset into we are good enough because we stutter and we do it anyway. So what can we do? We can all make a difference. It can be a very small one. It can be huge ones. We have heard lots of examples what we can do as an association, but also as just people who stutter. So to be able to do that, we have to build ourselves up, and we have to realize you're not your stutter. It's just something you do, and we also have to communicate that to our children. What are you good at? Not just focus on the speech and fluency, because a child is so good at so many things, and yet we are still saying, yeah, you are good, but you are nice, but you are good at school, but there is no but. The child is good at so many things. People who stutter can still communicate. I was doing public speaking courses, and I won them, and I stuttered a lot, but I got my message through. So we can communicate. We can be creative. There are so many ways to express ourselves, and WSN has had this session where we could play music, sing, dance, write poetry, and there's also this focus on fixing. But do we really need to fix ourselves, or do we have to fix those around us so they can stop bullying us? So when the little girl herself got her own little girl, also that girl was bullied. But this time she didn't let that happen, and she confronted the bully's father. And his startling reply was, "I know he's a bully. I hit him every day for that, but he won't stop." So this girl promised herself and her daughter to never more accept bullying and to confront everybody who does. So let's make noise. Let's talk about stuttering, because people what people don't get, they will bully about. So let's talk about stuttering, what it is. Tell them about the ISAD. Tell them that we alone have this special day for ourselves. We can do all these fun things. Tell the children they can get presents and ice cream because they stutter, that there are these very, very special people. We can leave brochures. We can call the radio, the TV station. We can like spam the media when they ask, what are you doing today? Today I am celebrating the ISAD. Today I am preparing this speech. Today I am meeting other people who stutter. So just spit it out and show people that we stutter, because when they see us, we are no longer the odd ones out. And when we wear these shirts and these buttons, we also show people what it is that we do. We also show them that they can ask us questions, because we are okay to talk about it. And we also need to be much more proactive. What we see here is Nina G, it is Drew, It is Mark Winsky, Scatman John. To your bottom left, there is this guy who won Swedish Got Talent, and he spoke about his stuttering, and he is now star. He's a singing star, and every time, every post he says stuttering, I stutter. Stuttering is my gift. The other guy at the bottom right, he is he's a public speaker. And his thing is that he is a public speaker who stutters. So we can also work on ourselves to become stronger and to learn about stuttering, so that we can explain it to others. We can teach our children. When they get bullied, what can they say? What can they do? The more tools that we have, the more things that we can use against our bullies. And the best thing is to meet other people who stutter, whether that's online or in person, because it is really life changing. So we have to teach our children they are good enough. There is nothing else. You don't have to be the best. You don't have to be perfect. Nobody wants to be with someone who is perfect. So good enough is good enough, and it's strong enough, and it's mighty enough, and it's beautiful enough. So just some final thoughts. Those who want to bully, they will always find something, and it's not your stutter that's the problem. It's the bully who is the problem. And bullies often have been bullied. So if you can talk to them, there might be more underneath. And what I've learned in person is to smile when they bully, when they mock you. Just smile, because they hate that. So let's talk about stuttering by talking. Let's talk about bullying by talking about stuttering. The more people know about stuttering, the less the bullying will be. And why should we talk about stuttering? Why should we talk about bullying? Well, because we have the right to be heard, because we have a voice. So let's use that voice. So this was the very, very, very short version of all the many things I would like to say about stuttering and bullying. So if I can be of any help, if I can talk about stuttering at a school, at your SLP university, for your parent group, let me know. This is how you can read me. So this was a very fast one. So thank you very much for listening.